So tonight, we're not really looking for facts, are we? We're setting that aside.
No, not at all. We're here to confront fear.
Mm-hmm.
We're diving into these accounts, these legends whispered from, the deepest parts of the wilderness and the quietest suburbs.
And the ones you brought tonight, they're not just ghost stories.
Not even close. These are accounts of things that wait, things that lure. They're about the devastating cost of one single moment of empathy or abandonment.
We're starting with a legend about a danger that walks on two legs. About how some sacrifices, well, they're made just to keep the innocent from being drawn in.
And the setting for this first one, it's just pure dread. It's a massive stretch of mountain forest. We're talking crags, deadfall everywhere. It's almost impossible terrain.
And the time is so specific, 4:17 p.m. A heavy winter storm is rolling in fast. Snow, wind, visibility is dropping to basically zero.
Total whiteout conditions.
Yeah.
And that's when the mission comes in. There are multiple reports of a little girl in a red coat.
Right near the ridge trail. Just wandering alone, no adult in sight.
And that's the first detail that's just wrong. The detail that turns this from a standard rescue into something else.
What's that?
There was no missing person report. None. 0 reports matched her description.
So, where did she come from?
Exactly. And that brings us to Riker. He's the oldest guy on the search and rescue team. Taciturn, kind of carved out of the mountain himself.
And he has this ritual.
With a brass whistle.
Yeah. Before they go in, he hands it over and gives this one single rule. It's the core of the whole encounter. He says, only head toward the returning whistle.
And never the voice.
Never the voice.
Okay, let's just stop on that for a second. Why? Why is a mechanical sound safe, but a human voice is lethal?
Because the whistle is just that. It's mechanical. It's intentional. It's a tool. It means one of your team is there in a specific place. But a voice.
A voice is an appeal.
It's an emotional magnet. It's a plea for help. And that's the very thing they're weaponizing. It's the reason the SAR team exists in the first place.
So Riker's rule is basically, don't fall for the trap. And the trap is your own instinct to help.
So they enter the grid, 3E. The report describes the tree line as a black mouth yawning open.
And the fog doesn't roll in. It rises. It comes up from the earth, curling around their boots. It's like the place itself is waking up.
And then they see it. The sign.
A small woolen mitten. Just sitting on the snow. But it's too bright, too clean, untouched by any of the frost that's coating everything else. It's a marker. It's meant to be found.
And then they see her.
Standing still. That red coat, clean as a whistle. Just perfect. The image of a lost child.
The narrator of the account instinctively raises the radio to call it in, but Riker...
He clamps down on their wrist. Hard. And he just whispers, don't.
She's not alone. You follow her, you'll find out what she's with.
But the lure is too strong. Oh. The girl turns, and the account says she. Flickers between the trees. Not running, just moving like a pulled thread. Always just out of reach.
They lose Riker in the swirling snow. And the narrator, now alone, remembers the rule. They pull out the whistle, one sharp blast.
And a moment later, the answer comes back. The familiar sound of Riker's whistle. Relief.
But then, before they can move toward it,
the voice. Soft. Lifting. Clear through the storm.
Hello.
And the narrator breaks the rule. They have to. It's a child. They follow the voice.
Into a clearing. And the girl is there, waiting, but she's not alone anymore.
No. Behind her, something tall and gray loomed. It's described as hunched, long-limbed, with joints that bent at impossible angles, its skin stretched thin over a frame that wasn't right.
And the girl speaks, but her mouth doesn't move.
The voice just hangs in the air. Help me, it's so cold.
And then the truth of it. Looks like you'll be the next one.
The girl is the lure. The thing behind her is the reality.
Just then, Riker slams into the narrator, drags them away, back into a hollowed-out shelter he'd found. He saves them.
But he was seen. He broke his own kind of rule. And in the dark of that shelter, he shows the narrator his forearm.
What's on it?
A perfect, curved impression of fingers. A handprint pressed into his skin. He was marked the second he chose to save him.
He tells them he's been hunting this thing for years. And then he picks up his rifle.
His last words are just heartbreaking. He says, I'm already gone. Might as well go out swinging. It's the best excuse I've ever had.
He steps out into the storm. There are gunshots. A sound that's half scream, half roar.
And then just silence.
The narrator waits until dawn. Riker's gone. But tucked away in the shelter, they find something. A faded Polaroid.
It's a picture of a much younger Riker. He's smiling. And he's holding the hand of a little girl.
A joyous little girl in a red coat.
He wasn't just hunting a monster. He was trying to protect everyone else from his own grief.
That's a story about the lure of hope, of altruism. But this next account, it comes from the complete opposite end of the spectrum. It's about the corrosive power of regret.
Yeah, this one is different. It's closer, more personal. It's the story of a teacher named Evan, and he's haunted by the disappearance of his younger brother, Caleb, 20 years ago.
But there's a secret. It wasn't just a disappearance.
No, Evan pushed him. During an argument, he shoved him, and then he just walked away. He let his anger win and never looked back.
And now, 2 decades later, that secret starts to bleed out, but in this really insidious way.
It starts in his classroom. His students, they begin drawing pictures of a boy they call the boy in the leaves. It's Caleb. They couldn't possibly know, but they're drawing Caleb.
And then it gets worse.
Much worse. They start repeating the exact phrases Evan said to Caleb that night, the things he's carried in secret for 20 years. I'm not your babysitter. Just go.
It's like his own private guilt is being broadcast back at him through these children.
The entity is basically dismantling the story he's told himself to survive, and then comes the climax of it.
A student asks him, point blank,
with this unnerving clarity, "Do you remember pushing him?" And then another one whispers that Caleb remembers what you did, but he said you remember it wrong.
It's not just reminding him, it's correcting his memory. It's arguing with him.
This drives Evan back to the place it happened, the woods at the edge of his neighborhood. And there, in leaves, he finds a fresh depression, a hollow exactly the size of a curled-up child.
And there's a whisper from the hollow, "You left me."
Yeah. And pinned to a tree is one of the crayon drawings, Caleb's face. Underneath it says, "I'm closer now."
So Evan goes back later that night. He's not trying to rescue anyone this time. He needs to confess.
He sinks down into that hollow in the leaves, and he finally says the truth he's buried for 2 decades. "I pushed you. I walked away because I convinced myself you'd be fine."
And the confession, that's the key.
That's what activates the lure. A figure rises from the leaves. It's Caleb, or it looks like Caleb, and it reaches out a hand.
Offering forgiveness, the one thing Evan wants more than anything.
He takes the hand, but the smile on the boy's face widens, just a little too far, and then a vertical seam splits open down the center of its face.
And a proboscis emerges, thin and elegant.
The creature whispers to him. It says Caleb's pain, his fear. It was delicious, but then it leans in closer.
"But yours," it says, "has aged into something exquisite."
And it stabs the proboscis into Evan's forearm. But it's not drinking blood. It's draining his memories, his guilt. The very essence of his identity is being pulled out of him.
He's fading, but
Yeah.
then something impossible happens.
He sees small hands, small arms. They wrap around the creature from behind, pulling it away.
It's Caleb.
Some fragment of him, the
Yeah.
real him. He's fighting it, holding it back. And Evan hears his tiny, strained voice cry out one word.
Oh.
And Evan runs. He escapes. He collapses back at his home, hollowed out. Memories a mess. But he's alive.
He realizes that Caleb, or what was left of him, did what Evan never did.
He came back. He came back and fought for his brother.
It's the same pattern as Riper. The ultimate act of altruism, of love, is what confronts the entity.
It proves that these things, they don't hunt the cruel or the unfeeling. They go after the good. They feed on the best parts of us.
So Evan survives, but the story doesn't. It doesn't really end there, does it?
No. There's a final, chilling moment. Dusk is settling. Evan is alone in his house. And from the distant forest, he hears a sound.
A tapping.
A faint, hesitant tapping. 3 light knocks. A pause. Then one more.
It was Caleb's rhythm.
The little knock he used to do on Evan's door when he was scared and wanted his big brother to come back.
And you're just left with that question hanging in the air. Was that the sound of forgiveness?
Or just a final, lonely goodbye from the edge of the woods.
2 legends, so different on the surface, but they share this one terrifying truth. What waits in the dark.
Yeah.
It isn't seeking your life.
It's seeking your love, your guilt, the exquisite shape of what you left behind.
And it makes you wonder. It really makes you think about what makes a person vulnerable to this kind of thing.
It really does. So maybe you should ask yourself, what cherished memory, what piece of yourself, what painful regret would be the perfect lure for you?
What would be the thing to draw you to the edge of the dark?